What's good, family? It's your boy Woke, man. We back with another video today. Man, I ain't made no video about it, but if y'all follow my Twitter and you know about me, my favorite player probably right now, my de facto team, Chicago Bears, bruh. Cause I like Justin Fields, bruh. Justin Fields, to me, bro, he got all the talent in the world, bro. I'm still going to make them videos about how talented I think that he is, how he was a generational prospect, probably the best, or rather the most complete black QB prospects to ever come out. And you know, it's been rough this year. It's been real rough this year. His rookie year showed a lot of flashes. He had Matt Nagy. You know, Nagy was a bad play caller. Receivers had the least amount of separation in all of football, bruh. But I think right now it needs to be said that the Chicago Bears have failed Justin Fields so far. They have failed him. They have failed Justin Fields, man. And it was easy to see. And I hate that I was right, but I kept making posts on Reddit, Twitter, doing the breakdowns, bro. Like, they failed them. And it's like, it was easy to see, man. These people go out here and they hire a 36-year-old rookie GM and Ryan Poles. You know, I wanted Rick Smith. That's what I wanted for Justin Fields. I wanted Rick Smith for him. Rick Smith, if you don't know him, he was the GM for the Houston Texans. He drafted Deshaun Watson. He was behind, I want to say, drafting DeAndre Hopkins, JJ Watt, many of the good players that we actually had here on the Texans, I'll say in Houston, on the team was Rick Smith. When we actually got good for a bit with Deshaun, when we were up 24-0 on the Chiefs in 2018, 2017, man, like, what was that, 2019 actually. Rick Smith assembled that team, right? He did hire Bill O'Brien. Obviously that looked bad in hindsight, but for the time being, Bill O'Brien, he can coordinate, he can coach. It's just Bill O'Brien, the GM, was terrible. He started power tripping. And the issue was with Rick Smith is he built that team. He was going to continue to build that team, but his wife had cancer. And sadly, she lost her battle with cancer. She passed away. So upon his wife passing, Rick Smith took more of a step back. And Bill O'Brien took that time to pretty much seize power in the organization. And Bill O'Brien eventually, you know, Rick Smith stepped away fully. And Bill O'Brien was handed the reins to the franchise. And that's how the Texans got messed up. But Rick Smith, he built us back up, man. I think I want to say he was our GM through Aaron Foster, Andre Johnson, Matt Schaub. He saw the vision with Deshaun. Everybody else in the organization, they didn't want Deshaun, but he was like, I want Deshaun. I might post a picture of him standing up in that meeting room, man. He was proud. He's like, I'm getting Deshaun Watson. That was the best decision the Texans could have made, right? You know, a part of Deshaun wanting out, Rick was gone. Deshaun wanted his own coach. Rick would have made it happen. But, you know, he left, and sadly, that's what happened with the Texans and all the everything with Deshaun. But Rick Smith was who I wanted for the Bears because they said that he was ready to come back. Justin Fields and Deshaun Watson, they have the same type of QB traits. They both hold the ball long. They're big game hunters, big school pedigree. They even got the same agent. They got the same trainers. Like Rick Smith said, they even said he liked Justin Fields, man. He would have took care of Justin Fields. You see what Rick Smith did with Deshaun? He gave Deshaun weapons, man. He gave Deshaun an offensive-minded coach, man. He kept building that team up. I would have loved to see what he would have did if he wouldn't have able to had to step away with his wife, man. Rick Smith would have had us right. He's a vet in this. He was a top 5 GM before he left. You don't find top 5 anything on the market, but we had that, and the Bears said no. I'm gonna get a rookie, inexperienced GM that was only, I want to say, like a the assistant person over player personnel for half a season, for 6 months. Oh my gosh, it just wasn't good. Ryan Poles was too green. He was too green, man. Look at the moves he's made. He's looked like an amateur in his moves in free agency. Waiting on dudes to be free agents. You missed out on so many other people, man. You pass on George Pickens for Brisker, who I like. And the other DB we got, man. You pass on, you give Justin Fields nothing. You give him no O-lineman. You give him no damn receivers whatsoever. You put together the worst experienced receiving crew you can see in the league, bro. And when you hear him talk, he's so arrogant. He's so like hard driven. And that leads me to the next thing. He sat there and he hired Matt Eberflus. Have you seen the way other teams are building around their young quarterbacks, right? Let's look at it, right? Jacksonville Jaguars, the surprise team of this year, right? Well, not the surprise team, but one of the surprises of the season so far, right? The Jacksonville Jaguars, they hired Doug Peterson for Trevor Lawrence. Super Bowl winning head coach, offensive mind, played quarterback in the NFL. Experienced play caller, by the way. They give that to him. The Dolphins give Tua, Mike McDaniels, long-time offensive mind, with Kyle Shanahan, lauded by everybody. And as we see, he's already revolutionized that offense. On top of that, the Jaguars and Doug Peterson, they go get Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk, who they said they overpaid for. But see, Doug he knows how to get guys open. Christian Kirk he's playing like a top 10 receiver. I'm not saying he is. He got a top 10 contract. He's playing like a top 10 receiver, production-wise. That was a great move. They got Zay Jones. They still got Marvin Jones Jr. They're getting the best out of Robinson, the running back. They got ETN. Trevor is playing quick. He's playing fast. They got his mechanics better. They got to make him quicker decisions. They got him on easy reads. Bucky Brooks said it best. They got Trevor Lawrence making easy reads, man. RPO stuff, screens, slants, a lot of hitches, a lot of comebacks. You may take a shot every once in a while, but it's letting Trevor play fast. He sees he can play fast. Doug knows how to coach it up. Mike McDaniels. Tua running RPOs, check down, screens, or a deep bomb to an open receiver. It's not difficult. Bucky Brooks broke it down again. These coaches are putting these quarterbacks in position to play fast, to recognize it quick, and to get the ball out their hands. The Dolphins obviously added Tyreek Hill. Them teams gave them quarterbacks offensive-minded head coaches and weapons. The Bears gave Justin Fields a defensive head coach that was a 17th ranked defense. Coaches were good in takeaways, but damn it, when it was time to play Trevor Lawrence last year to get in the playoffs, Matt Eberflus' defense couldn't stop no damn body. They give him a defensive head coach that only the Jags wanted. They give him no weapons. And then they say, you know what? Okay, even if you go defensive head coach, defensive head coaches are made or broken, rather, by who they get as OC. Matt Eberflus decides to go and get first-time play caller Luke Getsy, who was the Green Bay QB's coach. You're a QB coach for Aaron Rodgers. In essence, you were his water boy. You were the towel boy for Aaron Rodgers. You did the videotapes. You weren't even the OC. The OC was Nathaniel Hackett from the Broncos. You go and get the Green Bay lackey that never called plays for Aaron Rodgers. So not only was he, it's like the Green Bay has an offensive head coach, LaFleur. You have Aaron Rodgers, great mind, vet, Hall of Famer, top 5 quarterback ever, if not number 1. Hackett, who's the offensive coordinator, and then Getsy. He was fourth in the pecking order. And that's what you get for Justin Fields. What is his reasoning? Oh, I want to run a Shanahan offense that's real quarterback friendly. Well, did you know the Shanahan offense takes a long time to learn, Matt Eberflus? It isn't always the most quarterback friendly. It's not about being quarterback friendly. It's about getting an offensive coordinator that runs a scheme that matches your quarterback, that can build a offense to his strengths. This offense doesn't even fit Justin Fields at all. Shanahan offense isn't meant for every quarterback because Nathaniel Hackett is in Green Bay with Russell Wilson, and they're running that same Green Bay offense with Russell Wilson, and he's struggling. The offense looks terrible. That offense isn't built for everybody. That's Aaron Rodgers' offense. That offense is good for dudes like Jimmy Garoppolo. Brady probably be good in it. Tua. Who else? Tannehill was good in it. With Arthur Smith, I want to say. This isn't for the deep ball hunters. This isn't for the big game hunters and Russell Wilson and Justin Fields and the Deshaun Watson. Mahomes is a rigid scheme. It makes people adjust to the scheme instead of the scheme adjusting to the players. They failed Justin Fields, man. The obvious head coach choice was right there. Byron Leftwich from the Jaguars. Bruce Arians in the offseason said on ESPN, he lists some of the best young quarterbacks you see. He said Lamar, Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, Burrow. Who else he said? Guess who else he said? Justin Fields. He put Justin Fields along with him because according to Arians, Justin Fields is the kind of quarterback that he would love to coach with. His play calling style, a very aggressive, deep ball, down the field play style. That's the offense Byron Leftwich would have coached Justin Fields to do. He could have honed Justin Fields' strengths. It would have been like a glove in a hand, bro. It would have been a perfect fit. You would have gave Justin Fields an offensive coordinator with play calling experience that was calling the plays for a Super Bowl winning team. Like similar to Doug, he wasn't a head coach. He was the offensive play caller though. Was calling the plays for multiple number 1 offenses. Even before Brady came, they always want to say Brady. With Jameis Winston, the Bucs had the number 3 ranked defense. With Jameis Winston, the Bucs had the number 3 ranked offense. They say, well, Jameis threw a lot of picks. Well, that was Jameis. He had been working with Leftwich for 8 months at that point. 8 months, Jameis threw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. We all know Jameis has problems with interceptions. You can't put that on Leftwich. But the Bucs had the number 3 ranked offense before Brady. And with Brady, had the number 1 ranked offense back-to-back years. Brady had his best statistical season with Byron Leftwich calling plays last year. That offense would have been perfect for Justin Fields. Deep ball, play action, still gonna make sure you run the ball. You're aggressive though. He would have been just like Doug Peterson, former NFL quarterback, play calling experience, Super Bowl experience, and more importantly, a scheme that fits the quarterback. Doug fits Trevor. He coached up Carson. My comp for Trevor was a better Carson Wentz. It's perfect, but see, Trevor is humble. Carson went humble, and it's perfect for Trevor. He's gonna flourish with Doug, man. I wanted Doug to go to Jacksonville. I wanted Byron Leftwich to come to Chicago. It would have been perfect. I don't know if Chicago didn't want a black GM with a black head coach and a black quarterback. maybe that would have been too much. Or hell, even if you don't go Byron Leftwich, worst case scenario, you still hire Eberflus. You don't go Rick Smith, you still hire Poles. You could at least got Pep Hamilton. Pep Hamilton was Andrew Luck QB coach. Make sure he was good into the league. He was Herbert QB coach as a rookie. Even had Davis Mills looking good last year. How come we can't give Justin Fields Pep Hamilton? Man, the scheme he was running with Davis Mills when we played last week was way better than Getsy's scheme. Had dudes running wide open throughout the day. How come we couldn't invest and nurture Justin Fields and give him something to just ensure a little bit of stability with him? You give him a first-time play caller? You don't know if it's Justin Fields right now or the play caller. And to me, Justin Fields looked better in Matt Nagy offense than this one, which is terrible to say. Fields looked more comfortable by game 6 in Matt Nagy's offense versus the Steelers and the 49ers. The Vikings, Fields was playing good. Damn near great in the Steelers and the 49ers game. He was playing fast. He was playing confident. He was throwing dots and dimes all over the place. Hell, after Matt Nagy, think about week 3 he was starting, he never threw less than 27 times a game. Even how bad that was. Thinking back about it now, maybe Matt Nagy's offense was a 0. It didn't help or hurt Justin Fields, right? But Luke Getsy's, I can tell you, it's hurting Justin Fields. It's a negative. How come we couldn't give Justin Fields a positive offense that can help him? How come we couldn't give him a Leftwich? Shit, how come we couldn't give him Doug Peterson? Doug would have been great for Justin. The problem with a rookie play caller is he doesn't know how to adjust the scheme to the player. When you have experience, you know how to adjust it for the player. When you're a rookie, you only know Aaron Rodgers. You want to go and change Justin Fields' footwork. You want to change his throwing motion. You want to change everything about him. You're making him adjust to you because you don't know how to coach it to fit him. You don't know how to adjust it for the player. You're not a good coach if you can't adjust for the players. Leftwich said, everything I do, I see what I have in my players and then I adjust to them. Luke Getsy hasn't adjusted to Justin Fields. He's made Justin Fields do all the adjusting. And this young man, you see it, he's overthinking. He's in his own head. All that pressure, no weapons, bad O-line, rookie play caller, and a regime that didn't pick you. So it's this pressure. It's too much, bro. They failed him. My hope right now is that Justin, he gets more comfortable in the offense where he can finish the year out. It's 14 games left, but he can just have a solid year. He could end the year with 20, maybe 30 passing touchdowns. That's really just two a game, which is not crazy. And honestly, I'm praying right now that the Bears make a move, bro. Fire Eberflus, hire Byron Leftwich, get rid of Getsy, and let this young man. And honestly, I'm praying that they go and get Rick Smith for president of football operations. I don't trust Ryan Poles. He's impulsive. He said he wanted Eberflus because he just felt it. He knew it. Man, you ain't feel nothing. Y'all got the same agent. You were looking out for your client. You were looking out for your agent. That's all it was. Eberflus and Poles had the same agent. Ain't wasn't no feeling or nothing. You didn't care about Fields. You was doing him a favor. Let's call it what it is. He young and inexperienced himself. So we need somebody with some experience that's going to do this rebuild right. Because we got all this damn money. But if you leave it to Poles and he go and talk about fall in love with them mantras. Nah, we need Rick Smith up in here over him. If anything, hell, fire Poles too. Poles ain't nothing to me. Get Rick Smith up in here. Get Byron Leftwich up in here at the end of the year. You know, we keep Allen Williams on defense. The brothers, I like what he's doing with the defense. Give Justin Fields some weapons going into next season. Let's finish the year out healthy. Finish the year off strong, Fields. So by the time Byron Leftwich get here, he'll be a more developed quarterback. He have seen more. He understands more. So going into his third year, he'll have that scheme for him. He'll have that fit for him. He have the weapons. There'll be no excuses if he plays bad. So that's what I want for Justin Fields, man. Free Justin Fields. The Bears ain't doing right by him. I'm tired of it. I'm already sick of it. These dudes, they always want to sit there and give excuses for, bro, man, Eberflus, they tried to say, so it wasn't Leftwich. See what the enemy, they say he doesn't interview well. But Leftwich interviewed great. Well, he didn't call the plays. Well, Leftwich called the plays. Well, he didn't play. Well, he played in the NFL. Guess what they said? We're worried about the kind of staff he could build. Bro, that's bogus. Eberflus didn't know Getsy. He interviewed different people. When you're a head coach, you interview different people, you get the people you want. That's it. It's all dog whistles. They didn't want another black coach in the league. The Bears didn't want that. Even Ryan Poles, he black, but dude got a white wife. To me, that's not even the real. You're not really hiring to be hiring. That's what you go do. You go get a defensive head coach. Your first hire, dude. You get no receivers. You pass on Pickens, thinking bruh. Poles, you're a joke. Ryan Poles is a joke. I wish the Vikings would have got him. We could have got Kwesi, cause Kwesi, he got O'Connell. O'Connell's gonna have the Vikings right. They're gonna probably be a playoff team. Cause it's not about following the trend, but that's what we see in the league right now. You get the offensive guy for head coach, and then you can always get a good defensive coordinator because they're not in as high demand for head coaching jobs, so they'll stay. But see, if you get a defensive head coach, for one, will they choose a good offensive coordinator? And if they choose a good offensive coordinator and they're good, they'll be a head coach within 2 years. And you have to get a new offensive coordinator. And will they be good? We saw it happen with Dan Quinn. He hired Kyle Shanahan. Matt Ryan wins MVP to go to Super Bowl, right? Kyle Shanahan leaves the year after. They go to the playoffs, win one game. And after that, think he had Sarkisian. The offense was never the same. Matt Ryan was never the same. Julio, the whole offense, the whole team tanked. They were being carried by Kyle Shanahan's play calling. That's the risk you run with a defensive head coach. You see Staley, you see McDermott in Buffalo, Staley in the Chargers. Their quarterback's already made, so it's okay. But even then, you see the offensive. The Bills are missing Brian Daboll. Allen started off hot, but he ain't been looking good the last week. The Chargers, Staley hadn't made the playoffs. They may miss the playoffs. Herbert is hurt. Trust me. Let them miss the play. Let Staley miss the playoffs this year, bruh. With the team he got, he gonna be up out of there within a year. Let the Bills not make the AFC championship this year. McDermott's on the hot seat next year. They're gonna get a young offensive mind up in there. So I'm disappointed in the Bears, dude. I mean, I still have full faith in Justin Fields, man, coming out of college. He ranked number 1 in on-target percentage, accuracy percentage. Went through his reads the most, was the most accurate in doing so. So I have full faith in that brother. I'll do the video about him being the best QB prospect I've seen. So I hope it gets turned around, but I really hope that we get the new coaching staff in here. I can't hold my breath. Worst case scenario, Fields gets traded and we go somewhere else, bro, because the Bears, they not it. So hey, Fields, bro, keep it together. I still believe in a brother. I don't believe in Getty or Eberflus or Pose. If he do good, it's gonna be off him, and that's what it is. So I appreciate y'all. Lock in. Let me know what y'all felt about the video without being too harsh. I know Fields hasn't played perfect. I know he is being a little hesitant, but I think it's just too much pressure on him right now. He's in his own head, and that's clear to see. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Give me some more video ideas. I'm gonna keep posting more and more. I appreciate y'all. Shalom. Salute.